Yeah, I would say I think that it's interesting. I remember that initial wrestling with that thought because it's so easy when Bill Gothard had prescribed for me. Everything was black and white. There was no gray area in the Christian life, and so he had it all prescribed for me. And I thought that's that seems easier. Um, but when you realize like where your heart actually is in that time is turmoil. There's no peace in that because
The Counting On actress Jinger Vuolo has been occupied with marketing her new book, which has generated a great deal of debate on the rigid views of the Institute of Basic Living Principles and the Church of the Duggar Family. Many of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar's children appear to have turned away from their parents' religion and are experimenting with less traditional lives, and Jinger is no exception. So what exactly did she confess? What did she say about her husband? Stay with us till the end of the video to know all the details. Hey everyone, welcome back to Topish. We have some exciting stories that are full of lip-smacking delicacies, so make sure to subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. With that being said, let's begin. Jinger Vuolo makes a shocking admission. During a recent interview, Jinger made a startling statement about her love of men. While they were conversing, a Counting On cast member from Blaze TV admitted, "I would feel awful if I was attracted to a young man who was godly and had good character. I would feel very guilty. And I would never discuss it with my sisters because I felt like it was almost wicked." Jinger Duggar is obviously referring to the time before she married her husband, Jinger Vuolo, when she was a teenager and still residing under Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar's roof. Yet, even so, instilling that in a teenager's mind is undoubtedly worrisome. Those who are different from them shouldn't appeal to young adults. Their hormones are trying to trick them. Counting On, do you believe that the Duggar family's church has harmed their children? Can you picture getting in trouble for having affections for a man you saw at church? It undoubtedly would. The marriage of men is at the heart of many of the Duggar girls' problems. Of course, Josh Duggar's actions toward them and the allegations made against him didn't help either. Well, let's talk about something different now. What do you know, really? It appears that Prince Harry is not the only one whose memoir release might enrage his own family. Even though her parents have not yet seen a preview of Jinger Duggar's debut book, it appears they're already upset about it. The book is scheduled to be released at the end of this month. It's interesting to note that Jinger has assured her followers time and time again that the book won't be a scathing tell-all about her family and an upbringing a la Harry's spare. The Duggars are one of the most secretive reality TV families, so there are worries that Jinger may expose their efforts to keep their privacy in the years since the Josh Duggar sex scandals. According to an informant who spoke to In Touch, Jim Bob and Michelle aren't delighted about Jinger's book coming out, but they are praying for the best. They prayed about it and hoped that it is honest, courteous, and doesn't bring up too many of their family's issues. They're unsure of all the themes she'll touch. Nevertheless, if Jinger would expose her parents and the abusive society that allowed Josh to get away with it for so long, she would be doing a world of good. Nonetheless, it appears like Jim Bob and Michelle have nothing to be concerned about. The book will mostly focus on Jinger's spiritual awakening that leads her to a slightly less stringent type of evangelicalism, because that is, by all accounts, the only theological issues she has with her parents. It appears that Jinger would attribute her conversion to this more progressive interpretation of her religious beliefs to Jessa Duggar's spouse, Ben Seawald. She writes in the book, "I saw his church, read the Bible in its entirety, and preached it that way. I feel a lot better now. I really do. I think God is incredible." Jinger compares her childhood to the suffering of the lead character in the 1998 Jim Carrey film The Truman Show and other passages of the book. The Truman Show is about the ultimate fishbowl, as you surely already know. Truman Burbank, the main character, is the star of a reality TV program, but he's unaware of this, the author explains. His entire life is documented for television. Many people in the outside world have ideas and ideals about what Truman ought to be like and how he ought to live, says Jinger. Truman faces obstacles to his escape from Sea Haven at every turn as he starts to doubt his reality. "I turned to Jeremy once the movie was over and said, 'That movie is my life,'" Jinger says. Of course, there are significant variations between the two circumstances. For instance, Truman was the most well-known person on Earth, whereas the Duggar family appeared in a little-watched TLC program. Although it isn't seen in the film, you can be sure that when Truman was finally set free, he worked arduously to bring his captors to justice. Hopefully, Jinger will eventually do the same. Alright, let's discuss what the Duggar children have said about Jim Bob and Michelle being distant from them. The Duggars have experienced a lot of conflict behind the scenes, while appearing to be a happy family on their television show. The 19 children that Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar have raised in their strict traditional home have made them renowned. One of their restrictions is a clothing code that forbids women in the family from wearing trousers or exposing their legs in any ways. My mom has always dressed us girls in skirts and dresses, a regulation that was taken from Deuteronomy 22:5, which states, "A woman shall not wear a men's garment," ESV, and I never really questioned it, Jinger said in 2021. The use of birth control is likewise discouraged, and unmarried children are required to have adult chaperones with them on dates. Many of the older Duggar children have recently disobeyed Jim Bob and Michelle's famed standards by donning pants and leading less traditional lives. Some of the family members have even gone as far as to put Jim Bob and Michelle at a distance. Jill Duggar was the first member of the family to drift away, and she maintained her distance ever since her husband, Derek Dillard, was sacked from Counting On in 2017. He was fired from the program after drawing criticism for posting his divisive opinions regarding transgender individuals on social media. Along with quitting the TLC program, Jill and Derek started to flout a number of his parents' regulations, such as sending their children to public school rather than homeschooling them. Jinger Duggar has challenged the religion that the Duggar children were raised in, and she's also criticized the parenting style of Jim Bob and Michelle. The Institute of Basic Living Principles, IBLP, which the mother of two has deemed wrong, has now lost her support. Jinger revealed that her brother-in-law, Ben Seawald, assisted her in seeing that the religion's doctrines don't align with her personal convictions in her memoir, Becoming Free Indeed. My Journey of Disentangling Faith from Fear, published in January 2023. Jinger writes in her book regarding the IBLP's ideas she was reared with. I understood that part of what I had been taught was harmful and incorrect. I knew I had to talk about this openly since I had pushed the ideas that I now think are harmful. The former reality TV star continued, I observed as church read the Bible in its entirety and preached verses that way. This got me thinking about the advice I got from Jessa Duggar's husband. I believe my situation has significantly improved. I think God is incredible. And do you know what? The Being Free Truly author traveled to New York City to mark the publication of her latest book, Counting On. The 29-year-old Jinger made a deal out of her escape by posting pictures from Times Square and even the New York train. Her parents had previously forbidden her from relocating or even visiting large cities, so the photo promoting her trip came as a bit of a surprise. The disobedient Duggar daughter nonetheless shared a selfie while riding the train in spite of this. Last month, Jinger posted a selfie she shot with her husband Jeremy, 35, while riding the subway out to her Instagram stories. While on their journey, the couple was seen sporting matching black coats and grinning constantly. Throughout her visit to New York City, the TV celebrity insulted her family. Jeremy posted photos of his wife on Instagram over the weekend. The Counting On alum was seen strolling around New York City wearing a pair of tattered denim. The devout parents of the former TLC star Jim Bob 57 and Michelle Duggar 56 seemed to be relaxing their rigorous dress rule. Women in the Duggar family are not permitted to wear jeans or short skirts under any circumstances as dictated by the patriarch. Really becoming free. Jinger seemed to be taking in the sights of New York while keeping her distance from her famous parents. The TV personality went to a Barnes & Noble's to promote her autobiography. The TV personality's memoir detailed her experiences growing up under the stringent rules of her fundamentalist religion, where she was expected to defy practically all parts of popular culture and to always respect her parents and other adults in power. Jinger recorded footage of the iconic skyline and took pictures among the buildings while giving numerous interviews and book signings with enthusiasts. That ends today's video. Please leave a comment below to let us know what you think will happen. Like and share this video to stay up to date on the progress, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Topish keeps you up to date on all the latest Hollywood celebrity news, drama, and gossip. Subscribe to our channel and check back for new videos and updates, and we'll see ya in the next video.